So I am a huge Apple fanboy. I've got the iMac Pro, I've got the MacBook Pro, I've even got the iPhone 11 Max Pro, I've got the Apple Watch, not Pro. But the thing is, I don't have the Apple Card. And I've been seeing ads for this thing everywhere. And they just introduced new 3x bonus points categories that have made me really start to consider the Apple Card. So if you want to learn if the Apple Card should be in your wallet and my wallet, hit that like button and let's get started. Hey guys, my name is Andrew Wise with Life Tailored, and we teach you how to travel the world for free using points and miles. If you're new to the channel, subscribe and hit the bell. New videos come out every Monday. And also follow us on Instagram at Life Tailored to see where Wei and I are traveling all around the world. So before we get started, let me know down in the comments below. Are you excited about the Apple Card? Is it something you want to get? Yes or no? Now today we're going to be talking about 4 different segments of the Apple Card. 1, what the Apple Card actually is. 2, how to actually apply and get approved for the Apple Card. 3, how it compares to other 0 annual fee cashback credit cards. And then 4, should you get the card? So to get started, let's talk about what the Apple Card has that's pretty amazing. So the Apple Card is completely integrated with Apple Pay, with your phone, with your Apple Watch. So if you're using Apple Pay right now and you love the convenience of just tapping when you're at the grocery store to pay, Apple Card is perfectly built in. It has security that matches your Touch ID or your Face ID, so people hopefully can't steal your credit card, but we'll see where that goes. There are also no fees, no annual fees, no late fees, no overdraft fees or over the limit fees. There are interest charges, so I never recommend carrying any balance or anything like that. I don't believe the Apple Card has a 0 intro APR, so if you're looking for some sort of card to carry a balance, this is not the card. A cool feature is they also have text-based support. So I hate picking up the phone. I use Fancy Hands to outsource all of my calls. You can check out a video on that. But whenever I can text for support, I always do it, and the Apple Pay card has it built in automatically. An interesting caveat is the Apple Card is backed by Goldman Sachs, whom if you've ever seen any coverage of the Great Recession, Goldman Sachs was a big player in the subprime mortgage market, but hey, they've redeemed themselves and now they are partnering with Apple on this credit card. Another cool feature is they have categorized spending just like Mint.com. So if you are always wondering, where am I spending my money? Is it going on shopping, dining, utilities, wherever it is? There's cool graphs, they show you how everything works. And finally, I think the best aspect of the card is it gives you instant cash back. So as soon as you spend money on the card, you get cash back that you can redeem immediately. With any other card, you have to wait 30 days to get your cash back. Now let's talk about the bonus categories of the Apple Card. So you're going to get 3% cash back on purchases made at Apple.com, Apple stores, Uber, Walgreens, Duane Reade, and now finally T-Mobile. T-Mobile is a new partner. So if you have a T-Mobile phone line, maybe it's worth getting the Apple Card to get 3% back on it. Although I will tell you there's another card that earns 3x points that are worth 2 cents each, so essentially 6% back on any cell phone purchases. I will tell you there's a card out there that earns 5x points on cell phone purchases, which actually turns out to 10% cash back. We're also going to get 2% back on any time we use Apple Pay, so any grocery stores, any other drugstores that aren't Walgreens or Duane Reade, maybe CVS, etc., and then 1% back on everything else. So now let's talk about how to get approved for the Apple Card. So first of all, you have to update to the latest iOS. As of today, it's 12.4. The card's permanently linked to your Apple ID, so you have to be all set up and signed in on there. In terms of credit score, you need anything above a 670. So a 670 is actually around subprime level. So I think pretty much anybody can get the Apple Card as long as you don't have bankruptcies or any delinquencies on your credit history. If you do have those and you want to learn how to build your credit fast, check out the video up here. In terms of any other requirements for the Apple Card, the only other one is you got to be a US citizen and you have to be 18 years or older. Okay, so now that we know how easy it is to get the Apple Card, if you are interested in getting the Apple Card, use the link down below. It helps to support the channel, helps me create videos like this and answer every single one of your comments. Now let's talk about how the Apple Card with 0 annual fee stacks up against other cashback cards with 0 annual fee. So there's 2 cards we're going to be looking at here. The Citi Double Cash Card and the Capital One Saver One Cash Rewards Card. The Citi Double Cash earns 2x% cash back on everything you purchase, so you don't have to do any bonus categories or anything like that. And the Capital One Saver One Cash Card earns 3x cash back on dining and entertainment, so that could be restaurants, bars, movie theaters, etc. 2x back on grocery stores and 1x on everything else. So in comparison to the Apple Card, both of these cards are going to get you better cash back for the most part. Unless you're using a ton of Apple Pay to get that 2%, or you're spending 3% on Uber, Walgreens, Duane Reade, or Apple.com, you're not going to get the biggest bang for your buck. Also, the Capital One Saver One Cash Card has $150 in free cash back when you qualify for the welcome bonus. Right now you have to spend $500 to get $150 in the first 3 months, but that's basically free cash as long as you're using the card. If you want to sign up for any of these other cashback cards, there's also a link down below. And in terms of other cards that aren't zero annual fee, but just for comparison, remember we talked about how Apple Card gives you 3x on apple.com? Well, if you have the Amex Gold card, you actually get 4x points on any apple.com purchases. And the points with Amex are actually worth 2 cents each, so it's essentially an 8% return versus just a 3% for the Apple Card. And also, I mentioned the 5x points on cell phones. If you get the Chase Inc. Business Cash Card, that earns 5x points on any Verizon, T-Mobile, Sprint. Does Sprint still exist? Anyway, you get 5x points on any cell phone purchase, and those points are also worth 2 cents each, so that's a 10% return on any cell phone purchase. So the Apple Card, again, is getting beat by these other cards out there. But they do have annual fees. So now you're asking yourself, should I get this card? You should absolutely get this card if you don't have any other cashback credit cards out there, you're not that big into points and miles, and you just want to get cash back occasionally, and it's really easy to use. Then the Apple Card is for you. If you are already using Apple Pay every day and love it, if you're looking for a way to categorize your spend and you don't use Mint or anything, the Apple Card is perfect. If you're worried about security, or anybody hacking your card or anything like that, the Apple Card is great. Now, you should not get the card if you care about getting the most amount of cash back. The Amex Blue Cash Card gets 6% back on grocery stores. We already talked about how the Chase Inc. Business Cash gets 5x on cell phones or 10% back. The Amex Gold gets an 8% back on Apple purchases. So if you want to use your points for travel, the Apple Card is also not for you. And finally, if you've made it to the end of this video, most likely you're more interested in getting the most amount of points and most amount of travel for your cards. So if that's the case, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell, because I have a new video coming out this Monday. And also I've got a playlist here with the best travel and cashback credit cards of this year. Make sure to follow us on Instagram @LifeTaylor to see where Wei and I are traveling next. And I'll see you guys here and on Monday as well.